Here are some interesting things to look out for the next time you visit Stockport. The Hat Works, a museum dedicated to the hatting industry of the city. The Stockport Viaduct, consisting of 27 arches and 11 million bricks. And an Art Deco cinema and theatre, which is one of the last of its kind in the world.
Welcome to the Plaza Super Cinema and Variety Theatre.
The Plaza opened on the 7th of October 1932, with an original capacity of 1,875. It was designed in 1929 by local architect William Thornley, based on plans by architects Francis Drury and Joseph Gomersall. Opened on the cusp between silent movies and the talkies, the cinema and theatre was able to present programmes of entertainment never before seen in the town. During the war years, the Plaza remained popular, and with the stage built into the rock face of the cliff it was constructed on, it was viewed by many Stockport residents as one of the safest places to shelter during an air raid. In the 1950s, the theatre was refurbished and was able to show screenings with the newly invented CinemaScope format, and was one of the first cinemas in the country to show 3D presentations. Business, however, started to suffer during the 1960s, and the Plaza closed on the 31st of December 1966. It was sold to the Rank Mecca Leisure Group to be converted to a bingo hall, which lasted until 1999, by which time the building was now Grade 2 star listed. In 2000, it was sold off to the Stockport Plaza Trust, where an enthusiastic £3 million refurbishment campaign led by volunteers commenced, officially reopening on the 7th of October 2000, the 68th anniversary of the building. When entering the building, you were immediately transported back to the 1930s, with the fully restored box office with its still functioning automatic machine. One floor up is the Plaza Cafe, which is open Wednesday to Saturday from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. It serves fine lunches and afternoon teas, as well as being served as the theatre bar. In the 1970s, this room was a nightclub known as Samantha's. It's been fully restored to its Art Deco splendour, which also includes some of these original light sconces. For our price comparison, ice creams are provided by Lakes Ice Cream and cost £3. Ticket prices vary on production. Head over to the Plaza website to find a whole variety of shows on sale, as well as a full building history. The link is in the bio. The size of the auditorium is mightily impressive and can be described as a glamorous cave. The tech desk is located at the back of the auditorium, where there are controls which scroll through the lights for the footlights and lighting trays. The current seating capacity is 1,314. The stalls accommodate 697 audience members, which includes 14 wheelchair spaces. The numbering system of the theatre's seats across its 3 levels are the same as the style of many European theatres, with all odd numbers on the left and all even numbers on the right. One of the Plaza's greatest assets is its organ. The organ was built by John Compton Organ Company Limited and was the first Compton Theatre organ to be built with sunburst decorative glass panels illuminated in various colours. It's in full working condition and sounds a little something like this. The organ regularly attracts musicians from around the UK, and among its many keys and stop tabs, the organ contains a number of special sound effects. Interestingly, because of the building's listed status, the only screws used for fittings throughout the building are flathead screws, as crosshead screws weren't invented at the time of the theatre's construction. The house tableau curtains, or house tabs, are stunningly designed. Since my day of filming in July 2024, new house tabs were installed in August 2024, which are a more exacting replica of the original 1932 curtains. With a rake of 1 in 40, the stage measures 14.9 metres wide and 7 metres deep, making it one of the shallowest but widest stages in Greater Manchester. With its building restrictions, as the stage was built into the rock face, the fly tower is only at the very front of the stage, which manages the house tabs and cinema screen. The majority of the stage uses multiple swipe tracks with stage hemp lines to help with scene transitions. Because of the rock face at the back of the stage, there is a cross-passage corridor in the substage area. Because the theatre can be hired out for weddings, this corridor has also been nicknamed the Corridor of Love because of its photo opportunity location. Another brilliant design when heading backstage is this doorway at the stage right audience level, which automatically turns the backstage lights off when opened and turns them on again when the door is closed. There are 7 dressing rooms backstage of varying sizes, one of which includes a wardrobe and laundry room. Dressing Room 1 is known as the Sir Ken Dodd Dressing Room, named after the former patron and ultimate happiness man, who was one of the first stars to play at the Plaza when it reopened in 2000. This picture backstage shows the theatre cinema on its opening day in 1932. Compared to how it looks now, we can see and appreciate the accuracy of its restoration. The circle contains rows A to H, housing 358 seats, whilst the balcony contains rows J to O, housing 259. Note that seat numbers 1 and 2 are directly next to each other in the balcony, and keep an eye out for a replica of the original painted mural on the left-hand side, with an artist's impression on the right-hand side. Row O of the balcony also includes these wide double seats. You may have noticed these sockets at the end of the circle rows. These date back to the 1930s. If you were hard of hearing, a device known as an ear trumpet would be attached to these sockets, which were connected to the cinema's sound system, making this one of the earliest examples of the hearing loop. This, along with the level access into the theatre, made this 1930s gem ahead of its time in terms of accessibility. At the top of the building behind this door is access to the beating heart of the cinema. You'll find the winding room, an early example of a cinema's editing suite, before entering the Projector Room, which houses 3 different generations of movie projectors. The earliest of these projectors is the KD8, which was lit by 2 carbon rods. Some of the elements you see, including this projector turntable, which runs from inner record to outer record, are from other machines. However, the projector's main elements are original and is believed to be one of only 2 left in the world, the other located in Austin, Texas. The 2 reel-to-reel West Star peerless projectors were used from the 1940s and are still used today when showing 35mm film. With each reel lasting around 20 minutes, the projectionist would have put a penny in the film reel as a reminder to change projectors when hearing the sound of the penny dropping into the bucket below, which is believed to have been the origin of the famous saying, "when the penny dropped." The Kineton Digital is the most recent projector, and is used for all modern digital films as well as outdoor and satellite broadcasts. All these areas can be viewed on full guided tours of the theatre, where there are also specific ghost tours diving into the many ghostly stories of the Plaza. In the basement of the building is a newly built bar space for the Friends of the Plaza, as well as toilet facilities. There's a corridor of famous faces whose films would have been shown at the Plaza, as well as those who have performed on its stage. There are also photos of the patrons of the theatre, Dame Joan Bakewell and Dara O'Brien, and photos of past patrons of the theatre, Leslie Phillips, Stockport film star Sabrina, and Sir Ken Dodd. Also keep an eye out for the Cabinet de Tout, a collection of a variety of items found during the theatre's restoration, which includes theatre tickets, bingo cards, and chocolate packets. 90 years since it was built, the Plaza's Art Deco design has been recognised internationally as one of the last buildings of this nature still in its original format. It's certainly worth visiting and experiencing the magic of the Plaza.
Thank you for joining me on this tour of the Plaza. If you're ever in Stockport, make sure you come on down, see a show, and support your local theatre. My huge thanks to Ted and everyone at the Plaza for showing me around today. If you've enjoyed this episode, please like and subscribe as we get to explore more theatres around the UK. And my next question to you is, which theatre should I visit next? Let me know in the comments below. I'm David Burchhardt, and I'll see you on the next stage. Wonderful. And cut that.